I applied to 479 jobs and only got one interview. But when I changed my approach, opportunities started to come my way and I quickly got a data science full-time contract. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what didn't work, what worked, how to stand out, and my advice to you on how to get your full-time data science job. First, what didn't work? I was applying everywhere. I was applying randomly. I was thinking that quantity will give me more opportunities and those opportunities will convert into getting a full-time job. Focusing on the approach of spray and pray isn't working anymore. Things are changing nowadays. Just relying on a bunch of resumes being spread out everywhere in all platforms give you some obviously visibility, but it doesn't bring you opportunities. You're just praying for them to come your way. And when I understood that I needed to create my own opportunities, that's how I got my first data science full-time job. So instead of focusing on quantity without spending time on qualitative applications, I changed my mindset into quality, and this is what we're going to talk about next. When I understood that quantity applying everywhere isn't working at all, I only got one interview and it was so low, I understood that I needed to do things differently. And since I was already leveraging LinkedIn for my personal brand, I started to leverage those things that I knew, how to create content, how to speak to people, how to find people on the search bar of LinkedIn and all these things. I started to leverage them to get a job myself. So I've got a video that I'm going to link in here that shows you exactly how I use LinkedIn to land my first data science job, and it shows you step by step on how you can do it yourself, even if you're not into data science, in another technical field or even any field. What I'm showing you there is very generic and you can apply it to your own niche. I talk about data science because this is my domain, but you can be from any other one and you can still share this with your friends that are looking to get their first job as well. Also, what worked is freelance project. While I was applying for jobs, I also started an account on Upwork, and in there I started to reach out to people and offer them my services. At the beginning, I was really going cheap. I was just trying to get some traction. I was trying to get some reviews and just to showcase to people that I'm doing a good job. Obviously, what happens is that when you undervalue yourself and you put very little prices, you end up working with people who make you overwork. They don't want to pay you more and they don't even value what you're doing. So I quickly understood that I needed to raise my prices and also getting more reputable clients, because that's important as well. And those freelance projects that I've worked on, some of them took me over a month to do, one took me even 4 months to complete, and I've put them into my resume. Instead of saying all the things that I've done in university, now I was talking about professional experiences that I had. And no one really cares that they are freelance experiences because they are experiences with real clients, with a real demand. So just showcase them the right way as experiences that you've had alongside university or whatever studies that you've done. To wrap up this section, what worked for me is having a strong presence on LinkedIn. And that shouldn't be something that scares you. It could be as simple as sharing what you're learning, as sharing your opinion, and also having an approach to target some recruiters in your field, in the city that you want to work in the industry that you want to work in. Everything I showed you in that LinkedIn masterclass video that I'm going to link in the description below as well. And do it day after day after day. Connect with people, generally message them, try to understand how they've done it. Try to help people as well 2 steps behind you. Like what I'm doing in this channel is for me just to share the things that I've done recently myself. I'm not an expert and I'm not pretending to be one. I'm just sharing with you some things that worked for me so that hopefully those that are just coming behind me, they can benefit from my knowledge. And I'm sure some people can benefit from yours as well, wherever you are at the moment in your professional journey. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It does help me grow massively on YouTube and I really appreciate it. Let's dive into the next one. 3. How to stand out. In order to stand out, you have to do things a little bit differently than others. And as I've mentioned here, just applying spray and pray doesn't work. It doesn't work for so many of my friends. It didn't work for me. I know there's a real problem in there. And even though this classical path still works, and I'm not telling you today to completely stop applying because that's not the advice I'm giving here. Still do it strategically, spend a little bit more time tailoring your resume and all the things based on the job description. That could definitely help. But if you're investing 1 hour to do that, Why don't you invest half an hour to create a solid social media presence on LinkedIn, for example? Because those recruiters are going to see your resume. When they're going to click on your profile and they see everything nicely formatted and presented, you're already giving yourself more chances of them reaching out to you because you look more professional and you look like you've put in a lot more effort. Even though maybe one person has a great profile but is technically very limited, and one that has no profile at all, no picture or anything, and he's technically strong, but how will the recruiter know that? They will directly speak to the person who is active because they show that they deserve that first interaction just because they have a nice profile and they're sharing content in their domain and having a few interactions here and there. Also, if you can leverage doing any projects, it's good when you're just learning to do projects and share them on your GitHub, be part of a community. All these things are good, but usually technical people and those that you share the code with are not people that bring you opportunities. The people that do are the ones that are mostly on LinkedIn, recruiters, CEOs, CTOs, all those people that if they see your content on LinkedIn, or if you interact with them and show them that what you're doing is valuable by sharing results, by showcasing a link of your GitHub on your profile, all these things, you're giving yourself more chances of people reaching out to you. And this is what happened to me at some point. There was even an author that I was a big fan of. His name is Ash Ali. He's the author of The Unfair Advantage, who reached out to me on LinkedIn and asked for my services in a data science project. I immediately said yes. I earned some money from it, I got some experience, and I could showcase it in my resume afterwards to get a job as well. So please don't underestimate the power of LinkedIn, because it's so powerful if you do it the right way. And I'm not saying here just leveraging the easy apply button and apply to thousands of jobs and hope for the best. Maybe you'll get it, and good luck, but it's not the way it worked for me anyways. So my advice to you is think differently, be different than others. When I did the same as others, just pray and pray, didn't work. I thought differently, acted differently, and ended up getting a job. Second point here, I'd say be consistent, because even though I'm telling you LinkedIn could work, but for me it worked after months and months. So it's not something that you will change today and tomorrow you'll get a job. And nothing that is really worth it in life in general comes easily. You need to be consistent and you need to believe what you're doing is the right thing to do. A third point I'd say is believe in yourself. When I was applying, I was surrounded by people also looking for jobs, and the vibe was really negative. Everyone was thinking that, oh, it's the end of the world, I'll end up working in a restaurant or whatever. I came here to the UK, I'm not even getting a job, or that people from the UK are prioritized first. Obviously, it's their country, you know, it's not something that we need to complain about. But I always believed that I was different, that I could do things differently. And that kept me going and going every day and doing the boring stuff of, you know, networking and engaging every day. Some days it's fun, but some days it's so tiring. But I kept doing it until I got that message from a recruiter that led into an interview, that led into a second one and a full-time job. And last point here, I'd say, is don't settle for less. One thing that really helped me is that I knew I wanted a data science job and nothing else. Some people end up settling for less or for something different, which I don't blame them. We all need money. We might have families to sustain. I don't blame you for this. But please, if you really want to become a data scientist or whatever other thing, don't settle for less. Change your strategy, change your approach, change the way you think, but don't change the goal, because you want to become a data scientist and do everything possible to make it happen. Again, I've got a LinkedIn masterclass of 15 or 17 minutes that I'm going to share with you in here. Just now, after this video, go and give it a watch. There is step-by-step things that you can practically implement yourself today to start your journey on LinkedIn the right way, to increase your opportunities and create them yourself instead of waiting for them to come your way, because as we know, they rarely come. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.